What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in the woods again tonight. I'm going to be spending 3 days, 2 nights. We're going to be camping. We're going to be making a nice campfire. We're going to try our hand at doing some fishing. I got some good meals to eat. I got a couple of good beers to have. We're going to make the absolute best of it. There's supposed to be some rain and some storm moving in very soon. Who knows if it actually is going to happen, but we don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get out to our campsite ASAP. It's a brand new tarp, so we got to get a couple of little lines put together here. Take about that much. Do a square knot here. Right over left. Left over right. I don't know if you can see it, but that's how it should look when you're done. Typically I run a ridge line and then I use prusik knots. I'm trying something a little bit different today. From the tie out point, I've got a line that I'll run from either side. And we're gonna try this out just doing taut line hitches on either side. This should make my tarp pretty adjustable. So there is a taut line hitch with a quick release knot. That's pretty good. Yes, sir. That's pretty good. Can't complain about that. Quick little pour around here. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Maybe get that pulled out, give ourselves a little bit more room under there. Woo! That is camp. Pretty much all set up. Anything else I got to do from here on out, I can do it underneath the tarp. So I'm excited for that. I got to figure out what exactly my next move is going to be here, but I feel pretty safe from here on out that everything is going to be a-okay. After all, I'm Sam Bananas. Okay, well, I do have a couple pieces of camp to set up. I'm gonna at least get everything underneath the tarp from here on out. I don't know, I think it's probably prudent for me to gather the preliminary fire and get my fire ring started. Yeah, it definitely feels like a storm is coming in. We've got a bit of a menacing sky over here. I got a few things I gotta do still, but before I do any of that, I've got to take a little nip off of the old banana flask. Goodness sakes. Oh man, I forget the name of it, but this was given to me by a Patreon subscriber. That is really tasty. I'll put a picture of the bottle up on the screen here. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's get into it. Now that we're moving into the fall, I've got some bushcraft trips planned. Thinking back to some of the bushcraft trips I've done in the past, kind of makes me want to try my hand at woodworking. I've got some ideas for woodworking projects that I think could really spruce up my house. I just wish I knew where to start.
Well, that's where you're in luck, Sam.
Oh, hey, it's my cousin, Billy Bananas. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good, Sam. I was just moseying on by, and I heard you talking about woodworking. Well, I figured I'd let you know about the Woodworkers Guild of America.
The Woodworkers Guild of America? What's that?
Well, Sam, the Woodworkers Guild of America is your online resource for woodworking instructions, ideas, and information. Their website features a vast collection of woodworking tutorials, consistently updated with fresh content. You'll also find interesting articles, product reviews, project ideas, Q&As with expert woodworkers, and lots more.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yes, sir. I suppose that is pretty cool, dude. Why, I just used their website to build myself a premium workbench that has multiple storage areas and an adjustable height. Well, shoot, Sam, I'm learning all kinds of skills. I'm learning cabinet making, how to work with resin and epoxy, and even how to safely cut plexiglass.
No matter which way you cut it, the Woodworkers Guild of America is offering my viewers a great deal. Right now, for their Black Friday special, you can follow the link on the screen, which is also listed in my description. First-time members can get their first full year of the Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49.
And don't forget to tell them Billy Banana sent you.
Thanks so much to the Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring this video and helping to keep me in business. All right, everybody, let's get back into the action. Took me a little longer than I care to admit to get set up, but that's okay. I'm gonna get the sleeping gear just in there. We'll get our pack laid out, and I'll get all my gear situated. And might be dark by the time we start the fire, but yeah, that's okay, because I got a bunch of firewood and kindling and stuff that I've already gathered. Whew. On top of that, I got a little surprise for you. All right, well, this is Joe. Joe's out here camping with his buddy in a spot that I usually come. I wanted to try out that spot over here, but saw Joe on the trail. Joe's a Patreon subscriber, and he gave me that, is that whiskey or bourbon?
That is Rosewood Empire, or Redwood Empire out of California. It's like a California bourbon.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
awesome.
It's nice and smooth. I like it. It's kind of a good, easy to find bottle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that is really tasty, and yeah, just coming over here and saying hi to these guys, and we're gonna have to hunker down because it does seem like a storm is coming in. So.
It's supposed to hit in about anytime now.
Yeah.
Really.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
Nice to meet you.
All right. All right. The lightning is coming in. Oh yeah, it's really coming in. But so far no rain, so this should be pretty easy peasy. Let's see if I can do this with just some leaves and a lighter. Whew. Okay. Ooh, Nelly. Fire is a going. Well, that'll cool down into coals shortly. I'm not going to leave it raging like that. But once it cools down, hopefully before the storm gets all the way rolled in, I want to head out to the lake here and get some water because since I knew I was hiking in to a lake, I didn't bring water, so we got to purify all of our water, get that puppy rolling. Yeah, well, that's what happens sometimes when you just use stakes and the wind's going to be crazy. Okay, for this side, I just went ahead and carved a bigger stick and staked it down real good in there, but I'm still going to go ahead and drop a log like that on it, and that should hopefully help to keep it in place. So we'll hope for the best here. That is really good. Just a little dose. Sweeten her up a little bit. Good stuff. Okay. Let's try her out. That does not get old. Good Lord. Yeah. That's living. This is a little bit of a food hang here. Should be too tough for raccoons to get at it. If they do, it's not the end of the world. This is mostly to keep it away from mice and chipmunks. So, hope for the best. I got a brand new pipe from a local tobacco store. So I'm excited to break this guy in. I've got one beer for each night, and tonight is a Modelo Chelada. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sit under the tarp. We've got a very, very light pitter-patter rain coming down. Well, I was just getting ready to hit the hay. But yeah, all of a sudden, that rain's heating up. Oh, goodness sakes. yeah, that is just such a nice little pitter patter. I think that's my sign to hit the hay. It'll be really nice to fall asleep to. Anything crazy happens, I'll definitely let you guys know, but otherwise go ahead and hit the hay here and get my snooze on. Oh, good night. Whew. Yeah, it just started whipping around, coming down. I had to pull the tarp down a little bit. That's a lot better. Good morning. That rain does seem to be threatening to come back in. So let's see if we can go ahead and get our fire started before it starts raining again. If it does, I don't know. You never know what the weather's going to do, right? I'd like to get a little fishing in today too. Come on, baby. Even wet leaves, they still want to take just fine. Woo, Nelly! That's a coming. Woo! Oh man, I didn't quite get up in time to get that fire started. Hopefully I've got it established enough. Yeah, I don't always use the pants because they're kind of a pain in the butt to put on and take off. But this rain seems fairly serious for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into these rain pants. I'll check back with you in a bit. There we go. I've never used this type of pole before. A lot of people are not fans of this type of collapsing fishing pole. I took it on the trip to Rob, but I never even got to cast it because of how everything went on that trip. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a try here. Rob's a pretty accomplished fisherman, and he likes these for backpacking purposes, so I'm gonna give it a try, throw it out a couple times. Dagnabbit. Ah. Well, you'll have that, I guess. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cook my breakfast. It's getting a little late in the day to even call it that, but fishing was kind of a bust. I cast and that plastic worm just flew completely off the line. So anyway, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and we'll get back out there and see if we do some more fishing. I do have live worms. It might be nice to have fish for lunch. So yeah, see what the day has in store for us here. Woo! So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my day. I do plan to get out there and do a little more fishing. It is a cold one. It is a chilly one. It is a windy one. It is a wet and rainy camping day for sure. But it's also a fun one. In the immediate vicinity, there are 3 other campsites. I'd like to take you around and show you those. So let's go ahead and do it. Here's some beaver chew here. This whole pond is a beaver pond. There are active beaver that live in this pond. All right, so here's the lake, and back in right over that hill. Hopefully you can see it. I showed you already. But here's the trail, and then you follow this little trail up and around up there, and there's a cool little camp spot. Yeah, it's windy up here. It's super windy up here. But yeah, there's a nice big fire pit. A little bit of flat ground. It's flatter than it looks right there. That's where I usually put my tent. And I'll go between this tree and that tree to string up my tarp if I need to. So back in over here, you just got a bunch more flat spots. And if you press back in there, there's a ton of dead firewood. My buddy Joe, he was camped over here last night, and him and his buddy processed up some firewood. They left all of that there. So then we just kind of follow this trail around. It winds around for quite a while here. See all the pretty fall colors? Everything's starting to change over here. Pretty cool. Yeah, the beavers were really working on that one. Look how big that tree is, for God's sakes. Now this may not look like much on camera, but this is a nice wide open camp spot right here on the trail, overlooking the creek. Pretty nice. The reason why I never camp here is because the ground is just, there's no real good flat spot. It's just everything's on a slope. I like that there's a nice big built up fire pit. It's not the most ideal in terms of where you can put your tent, if that makes sense. For the next one here, you can barely really see the trail. There's the lake, but you're basically walking along it like this. And there is a trail, even though you can't really see it. It's just a lot of climbing over this stuff. And I think this dissuades people from coming back here. Even though I come to this set of woods often enough, I don't camp back in here that much. And yeah, I think it's it's a cool spot. I think it's just a little bit more work than people are willing to do to get to it, especially when there's perfectly good ones that are closer. One of the big reasons I don't come back to camp at this spot are because I do a lot of rain camping and trying to get out into storms and stuff, because that's just what people like, that rainy weather. And it's a ton of fun too, but you got to be able to string up your tarp, and there's not a ton of trees to be able to do that around the flat area. However, I could probably go between this tree here and this tree here, provided I bring enough length of paracord. I could also go between this tree and then maybe build like a tripod. It's just wind really likes to knock those little bushcrafty stuff down. I prefer to have an actual rooted tree to tie off to. So, but yeah, this is a really cool spot. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these. Okay, so I heard some gobbling, and I used my brand new tiny little wildlife camera to walk back in the brush and shoot what I believe were wild turkeys, a whole gaggle. You call it a gaggle? There was a whole mess of them just making their way through the woods there. So I got some good shots of them. Came back and saw that I had a little bit of smoldering in the fire pit, and obviously the rain is picking up here. So just so that I don't have to completely start over again on the fire, I broke up some finer twigs and got that on there. That's smoldering pretty good, so I expect that to catch eventually. I gotta get this hook baited. We're gonna go ahead and put a worm on there, and I'm gonna get this sucker into the water. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can catch a fish. There's the wood popping right back into the flame. I didn't even touch it. All I did was throw that stuff on it. So good to see. I'm using that little guy. Hopefully you can see it there. We're gonna get a night crawler on there and get him into the water. Okay, I've got a little split shot and then a half a night crawler. No bobber this time because maybe we can catch a catfish. Woo! All right, I am having some troubles. Oh, for goodness sakes. Wow. Goodness sakes. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just secure this so it's not directly in the line of the fire. Wow. This is gnarly. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep, and that fire don't want to quit either, so that's good for me. Whew! This is a rainy one. That is for sure. Oh my goodness sakes. This is definitely a rainy one. No question about that. Woo-wee! That's a big old bass. That is a big old bass. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a legal bass. Goodness sakes. That's a pretty big bass. I could eat them. I think we're gonna throw them back. I'm on the board here. That rain does not want to stop. So I usually carry this in a Crown Royal bag, old Crown Royal bag with a hole in the bottom of it. But yeah, this is one I've had for a really, really long time. It's just a stainless steel little grate. It's great for barbecuing on. What it's also great for is kind of getting yourself like a flatter surface when all you got is these logs. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Bada bing. We'll hang tight on that for a second. There's the rest of my red onions. Can handle that. Excuse me. I might have to edit that out. Man, that might be my absolute favorite camp meal. I don't know if it gets much better than that. Camping wise, anyway. It doesn't compare at all to Mrs. Banana's cooking. Alright, I got one beer for the night. This is called Delicious. Well, let me just show it to you. Stone, and it says Delicious. I'm not exactly sure what this is. The Stone Gargoyle. Oh, it's Stone. That's the name of the brewery, I think. And the beer is called Delicious. It's a 7.2, and it is a gluten reduced beer, and it's room temperature. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot. That is just like a light hazy IPA, like a light tasting hazy IPA. That is good. Got a little fruity, kind of citrusy taste to it too. That's good, man. Woo-wee! Good thing I battened down the hatches a little, huh? Goodness sakes. All right. Man. Doesn't get too much better than that. That is good. I love it. Good Lord! That is not something I can eat at home very much, because that is incredibly unhealthy. It's probably why it tastes so good. All right, I'm gonna finish this up off camera. Save kind of whatever dignity I have left, and check back with you guys in just a little bit. All right, well, I'm just sitting under here, enjoying the light little pitter patter. Very light rain right now. Enjoying this hot cocoa. Just a little something basic like that really hits a spot when you're camping like this. It's good. I think I'm going to sit around, enjoy the fire. Had a nice big day. Anything crazy happens, I'll definitely let you know, but otherwise, I'm going to hit the hay and have myself a nice long sleep. Good night, everybody. Oh, good morning. I got pretty chilly last night, so I've got a base layer under this, and then I even put this rain jacket on. Got down to about 42 last night. That sleeping bag is rated to 45, which I generally only trust it to about 50. So I think it's time to go ahead and move on to the wintertime sleeping bag. Might even be time to start in with the hot tent camping. So my campsite is back over here, and because I'm following a trail that goes along the kind of like a little dip back over here, I didn't even notice that somebody had set up a campsite, 30 feet in front of me. I've been out here this is my third day. I'm not sure if this is totally viable or if somebody is just having fires here. Sometimes people will just come out for the experience of that. You could probably put a tent right here. Yeah, you could probably put a tent right here. That's a pretty view. Well, I had a breakfast set aside for today. It was separately packaged, and pretty sure I left it in the car. Wouldn't be a Sam Bananas video if I didn't forget something, right? I could walk back to the car and grab it, and then come back and cook it for you guys. Make it look like I didn't forget it. But I think you guys would rather see the honest story. And honestly, I don't really feel like doing that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the camp torn down and get the heck out of here. Woo-wee! All right. Well, that certainly is a fun time, isn't it? Ah, yeah. Nice clean campsite. Ready to get out of here. Fire is completely out. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the fire pit because I know people are coming here and having fires anyway. So that just gives them a safer spot to do it. Whew, that was definitely one for the books. Super fun time out here. I'm glad I did it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Big shout out to each and every one of you. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. We're going to catch you on the next one, everybody. Bye now.